Hello, my name is Teresita Blanco, the Artsy sister, and today we're gonna be over analyzing the doll from Silent Hill. Like according to like the journal entry of this doll in Silent Hill, she was a doll that the main character Hinako used to have, and then one day the girls told her that she couldn't play dolls with them anymore because she was also playing Space Wars with the boys. So then since she felt rejected by the well since she didn't feel she wasn't rejected by the other girls, then she also threw her doll away because she couldn't play dolls with the other girls anymore. So then it'd be like, what's the point of having a doll if I can't like go play dolls? And but when she was smaller, she used to see the doll as a friend. And throughout the game, you start seeing the little doll giving her vague and cryptic warnings, etc. And she's not the only doll in the video game. She's just the most important doll, the one of the main characters. While the dolls that they appear as the enemies and stuff are like the creepy ones in the kimono, and also like the random monsters that are warped demonic looking Japanese dolls. But the one that she always perceives as like the one as her helper doll is what the item description is a celluloid doll. So I looked up what is a celluloid doll, and it was a type of doll like it was a Barbie that she like the celluloid dolls were like the Barbie of like the or like the 1800s. They were popular from the 1800s, and they fell out of popularity in the 1950s. But this game takes place in the 1960s. So the little celluloid doll was gonna be shocked out the window real soon. Because like it's a part of the reason is that they were a little bit on the fragile side. Even though they were like plastic and stuff, they like they will break and stuff, and a good number of them were flammable. So that little doll is a fire hazard. But the thing that when Wrinkle's looking back on her doll, she says that like she felt that the doll was like society telling her to be more ladylike and all that nonsense. But more than anything, you gotta consider that while all of her friends had Japanese looking dolls, the doll that she has is like blonde, and it's like blonde and blue it's like blonde and blue eyes and stuff. So she's a Japanese Hinako's a Japanese maiden that is playing with a doll that's like that's not Japanese at all. So you gotta consider, is Hinako a half breed? Like maybe her father or her mother is not like 100% Japanese. So then that since she's not a pure blooded Japanese, maybe that's where part of the bullying that she gets. Because since it's the 1960s, just 15 years ago, the Japan in the world lost the war and stuff. So anything that's like American and foreign is like viewed badly. So that would probably explain why the other girls told her not to play dolls with them anymore, because here they are playing with like traditional Japanese dolls, as shown in her friend Rinko's room, that she had like her whole collection. No, I forgot which were her two, or was it Susako? I forgot which were her two friends. So the point is that, like her friends, they had like traditional Japanese dolls, while she shows up to like all of the play dates with like a blonde American doll. So I mean, there could be two explanations as to why she has a blonde doll while all of her other friends has like Japanese dolls. Explanation one is that when she was in the toy store, and she was naturally drawn to like this blonde doll because it's something that's foreign. And then she has romanticized the idea of foreign stuff because, and that's further displayed on her desire to like that she's always like playing like space war, so she doesn't like she's doing Hinako's doing like a rejection of her Japanese culture because yeah, if you're like a Japanese man, then everything is awesome for you. They even fight your bride for you. But if you're a Japanese woman, you have to like put out with a drunk and abusive lunatic the same way that Rinko's because the same way because she like she has like a lot of hatred for her mother that resembles the who still wears the traditional kimono. So she probably like shows an American doll because she be like, if I must be like a woman and stuff, I'd rather be an American woman that because like this is roughly around the start of the 60s and like in the US and stuff, like American women were starting to have more liberties and freedom, while the women in Japan, just seeing the fact that a lot of them still wear the traditional kimonos, like Hinako's mother, they're still stuck in like 2 or 3 patriarchal centuries ago. So then she doesn't wanna end up like her mom, who's married to a two-faced drunkard who like in public is the nicest guy ever, while in the house he drunkenly explodes against his wife and daughter for for whatever reason. And like just at the start of the beginning of the game, the main argument was they were arguing about something or other, but mostly with the gist that I got is that like she was bringing like what would the neighbors say, So he's a drunken father who cares more about the other people's opinions of his family and more and less about how his family's actually doing, like worried about in Spanish it would be called el que dirán. But then the other explanation as to why she has an American looking doll is that maybe her sister is the one who gave her the American doll. But her sister like ran off and married, and they even scratched her face off. So in the journal, so maybe her sister had gave her little. Maybe her older sister gave her a little American doll because she probably married like an American soldier that was stomping around the area. So then she feels alone and abandoned and betrayed because her sister like ran off to America, and all she had to remember her by was a little blonde doll that her American boyfriend gave her. So that's the other explanation as to why she has a blonde doll or thing. She probably bought it as an early hint to her rebellious nature that she's not gonna conform to the traditional Japanese kimono maiden, or her sister who married an American gave her the gift. How like boyfriends here. I bought a gift for your little sister. Like he buys a gift for like the woman that he's dating, but then he buys a gift also for the little sister. Your standard courtship or whatever. So yeah, that's just basically me over analyzing the blonde doll of like the main character. I hope you find the Silent Hill analysis amusing. Bye bye and God bless.